lie to you.
What was the first drug you ever did?
Marijuana.
God damn!
Molly.
After that.
All right. That's how. Right off rip, go to bed. All y'all that's not old enough, take a nap. You can come back later. Take a nap. This ain't for you.
What was the first drug you ever tried?
First drugs?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What's the first drug you ever did?
The first drag I ever did?
Y'all want to know the first drug I ever did? I'll tell y'all this story afterwards. Don't let me forget because you know.
Drug.
Oh.
What's the first drug you ever did?
We're old enough,
Cocaine
right?
from a stranger in a bathroom.
Oh, I mean, done
had a
coke,
death wish.
obviously.
Wait, hold on. Why'd you say obviously?
I don't know. I forgot you don't know me. No.
What was the first drug you ever tried?
Cocaine. Coke.
Cocaine. Why has everyone tried coke first? Now that's one drug I'm not touching. I'm not touching no coke, crack, meth, whatever the fuck. That's one thing I'm never touching. I see what that do to people. I'm not finna be out here tweaking like that. They're bold.
Oh my God, energy. I was ready to go. Like, I was like,
It honestly was not fun.
I tried it once or twice when I was in the Navy. Nose bled, and I was like, I'm done.
My friend and I, we were having a yes night, and
What's a yes night?
you can't say no to anything.
Wow.
And so
That's
we
dangerous.
met these guys, and then they just pulled out like a huge baggie of Coke, and we were like, okay, guess we're doing it.
What's the first
You
hard
just said
drug you
okay?
Probably say ketamine.
MDMA.
Oh, okay.
I was out in the football field at my college and looking up and just seeing like the galaxy, everything just going crazy.
What was the first drug you ever did?
oxycodone.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Like who just casually does Oxycontin as their first fucking drug?
Vicodin.
Does Adderall count?
Yeah.
I've done Ritalin recreationally like once or twice, and that's about it.
Why'd you take it?
I wanted to see if it could help me do some writing, but I ended up just playing video games for 6 hours.
What's the first drug you ever did?
Oxy.
When did you do Oxy?
You get your tonsils taken out.
Oh, you had it from like.
Yeah.
Are we counting like antidepressants?
I'm gonna say recreational.
Okay, then I haven't done any.
Haven't done a drug.
I don't really do drugs.
drugs,
Drugs were like
kids.
a big thing in my family growing up, so
She's
I
pretty.
avoid drugs in general.
I grew up with a brother who's a drug addict. The first time I did finally smoke weed, I was feeling kind of guilty about it, so I was disappointing my parents.
I haven't done any drugs actually.
You've never drank alcohol?
No.
Why you on cut? Why you zone cut? How is the people that haven't done anything pertaining to the subject making it to cut? So I can audition?
Okay.
You don't consider that a drug?
I mean, it is. It's the one that society has deemed okay, you know?
What's the first drug you ever did?
I mean, alcohol, probably.
Alcohol?
Alcohol.
How old were you when you had alcohol for the first time?
I didn't drink until I was 21.
13, 14. 14 when I drank alcohol.
What happened to you?
I got really drunk and threw up everywhere, and my sister yelled at me.
I threw up. I never want to drink again, and the next weekend I was back at it.
What was it?
I'll tell you my first drinking experience, but like after I'll tell y'all my first drinking and first experience with things that you're not supposed to do.
Probably beer.
Red wine.
Melon liqueur.
I thought it was lemonade. It was
That's Nicole's variant?
margaritas.
It was
Absolutely
a
not.
shot
Absolutely
of
not.
pear vodka.
Absolutely not. You told us before.
Delicious.
I told
guess.
y'all, but
You
haven't
wanna
told
do
the
more drugs?
newbies.
I want to try shrooms.
Shrooms.
Don't do it!
First drug I ever
Don't
did
do
was
it!
mushrooms.
Don't
Magic
do it!
mushrooms.
Tell me about the first time you did shrooms.
My sense
Don't
of
do
time completely went off.
Don't
It was
do
like
it.
time traveling.
Mind
Don't do it.
opening.
Don't.
Did my
What do
shrooms
Adderall
have
do?
my...
Adderall was honestly, I've never done Adderall, but it was very popular in college because kids just felt like they couldn't concentrate, and Adderall is something that it was Adderall and Xanax that Twitch. This is for educational purposes. It was Adderall and Xanax that kids like took in college to focus in class because everyone had ADHD issues. I have been clinically diagnosed with ADHD, and I've actually never had Adderall before. Never had Adderall. I've never taken Xanax. I've never done those before. I have had a prescription drug for my ADHD, but it was prescribed and it was taken in modification. It was taken with the right doses that my doctors prescribed for me. I've never actually done Adderall. I had a really chill time in college, which was actually very surprising for me, knowing how bad my ADHD is. But over the years, I've been able to work on it very well, and I luckily had a very open-minded family who didn't think that ADHD was the devil, so they did not deny me from the medicine that I needed.
My trip and talked to a cheeseburger.
You said I left stream and came back 15 times. You sound like me.
I felt bad about it.
I was so in love with everything, the people around me, the fire. Like I wanted to become one with the fire.
First drug you ever did?
I did acid. I used to do acid at the bathhouse.
I
my
loved
God.
using acid in high school.
Look at his shirt! And you know he homie did some crazy shit in the bathroom.
Acid was probably the first drug I did. Like I was looking at the clouds and I saw like they had like mechanisms in the clouds, like gears and cogs.
The first time I did LSD, it was amazing. It was the most wholesome way you can try psychedelics. Like my friend made a PowerPoint presentation of what to expect. You know, had the snacks laid out, had the art supplies out. Like, it was a fantastic experience.
Oh my gosh.
But you gotta be careful with psychedelics.
What was the first drug you ever tried?
I think I might have done Molly before I did weed.
It was Molly, and it was really fun.
Molly. Everybody was having a really good time. A lot of hugging, a lot of I love yous.
Dancing like fucking crazy. There are videos of it. It's horrific.
You get emotional on Molly, so you get in tune with your feelings. I actually confessed to my best friend that night that I liked her.
Was it reciprocated?
No, it actually kind of ended our friendship.
What's the first drug you ever did?
I think it was like an ecstasy pill. 8th grade, I was at track practice. I thought I was running super fast, but apparently I was running real slow.
What was the first drug you ever did?
I've never done drugs. I like being in control
Why
of
are you on
myself.
cut?
I haven't done drugs.
I've
Why
never
y'all here?
done any drugs. Not even weed. It kind of
This episode isn't for y'all. Go back to class.
scares me.
Does marijuana count?
Only done weed.
Weed.
Weed. How old were you?
I was 17.
16.
Like 10 or 11.
21.
How old were you?
Oh, snap. I was young. I remember like sitting on the couch thinking I was watching cartoons and I'm just watching random stuff. I was
How old were you when you tried weed?
I was like a freshman in high school. My friend said he got something called like White Widow. And like, I didn't know what that was. I thought it was like an energy drink.
When I first did weed, I think I was in 8th grade.
Middle school.
Don't ever take anything you don't know the name of. Ever.
Out on the balcony.
Did you get
Even
high?
if you do.
No.
Don't do it.
I don't even think
Don't
I
do
got
drugs,
high.
y'all. Don't
I
do
don't
it.
think I was actually high.
It's not
I
working.
would
It's not
smoke
working.
it, and then a little while later, I'd burp and smoke would come out. So I think I was like eating it. I wasn't doing it right.
It didn't really do too much. It just really knocked me out.
An edible.
I tried an edible.
I don't. A little anxiety inducing.
Got way too high.
My friend made some cookies. I ate one and I was like, cool. And then I ate another one
Oh,
and
no,
I
first
was
mistake.
burnt.
I like had a full-blown panic attack and I was like laying on the couch.
I thought I was having a heart attack.
I spent a good 12 hours puking.
What was the first drug you ever did?
I'm pretty sure I smoked pot.
Out of what?
It might have been an apple.
We like smoked out of an apple.
My friend threw the apple, but I
Is that a thing? Smoking out of an apple? I never even. Don't answer that because y'all not supposed to know.
wasn't looking. And I like saw it like in the sky like land. I was like, bro, a bird just laid an egg right now.
My cousin had a bong. He was like, ooh, I'll
She
try
got
that.
a story to tell.
I ended up taking 12 rips from this bong for my first time.
12?
The first time I got high, 3 full Domino's pizzas.
It's a
Like,
thing,
we had all
but
that-
don't do it. It was in one of Berlin's skits. I don't know what doing it from an apple does. I'm gonna tell y'all my first edible experience. I'm gonna tell y'all another experience and I'm gonna tell y'all my first experience with alcohol.
Mode for it, mine. It was mine.
And then I woke up and I was straddled around the rest of the potato salad. I have never been like so hungry.
The day I smoked weed is the day I got caught. But my auntie kept it a secret the whole time she's taking it to the grave.
The cops came,
Well,
they
you
turned their
did
lights
it.
on, I like booked it into the woods.
did
Police were called, canine dogs were called.
Me and my sister got caught smoking in our closet.
The first time I smoked
Like,
weed,
honestly, that secret that your aunt took to the grave was in vain because goddamn, you just told everybody.
Though was in my parents' house, which is like crazy to me now. I was in my bedroom with a boy, and he was like, you know, it's really good if you like take your shirt off, look in the mirror, and then it like really kicks in.
He said that to you?
Yeah, and we did it. I was like, yeah, I can tell the difference.
What's the first drug you ever did?
Marijuana. I'm a 70s baby.
Weed.
Weed.
Marijuana.
marijuana.
I actually don't do drugs, but does weed
it's
count?
cute.
I don't know. I feel like weed doesn't count.
Do you drink alcohol?
Yeah.
So you've done
Okay.
alcohol?
So I guess I tried alcohol first and then weed.
I do love an Adderall every now and then. But that's it. I feel like that doesn't count. But like, yeah.
Line up the game available now.
I got that game. That's a fun ass game. Play that game with your family during like events and shit. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all my experiences. Okay, I want y'all to listen with an open minded like mind, with an open minded mindset, because this was a time in my life where I was young and very much in a safe space to do this. So I'll tell y'all my first experience with alcohol, since this is a small experience. Okay. My first experience with alcohol, I was in college. It was my freshman year. My RA was having a floor party for all the residents in the dorm, right? And I'm not gonna put his name out there because I think he's working someone else. Anyway, he had a floor party on his floor. It was a co-ed dorm, so it was boys and girls in this dorm. It was my first time seeing people like rip bongs and like and smoke bowls and stuff. This shit was nuts. So homie was like, since y'all fresh meat, y'all gotta be initiated. I was like, what the fuck? It's a cult? Well, it's in a cult. It's just a bunch of potheads and a bunch of alcoholics. He ordered drinks. It was 5 freshmen. It was like 10, I was one of the freshmen. It's like 10 like second class. It was, and the rest of them were upper class. They were about to be graduates and stuff. I had a whole pack of Dos Equis to myself. He said, finish that 6-pack and rip one from this bong. I said, easy shit. First of all, before I went to college, my aunt sat me down and she was like, baby, you finna go to college, so I need you to have a few nights to drink so you can know your limits, so you can take care of yourself. I was like, bet. So my aunt used to, have margaritas with me, and she would purposefully watch me like drink to see if I would cut myself off. Respectfully, I would do that, and she would be like, I'm proud of you. Now keep that mindset when you go to college. You gotta know not to take drinks that you didn't make. If you leave a drink unattended, throw that shit away. You can't be out here getting like messed up. Take care of yourself and don't go anywhere by yourself. Have somebody with you. So I have no roommates. Yeah, my aunt's a real one for that. She's a W. I love her. She just got home. I don't know where she went, but she just came from a party from being drunk. So W aunt. Anyway, I went against all of that. I still took care of myself. We'll say that. Like I said, I know how to take care of myself. However, you don't want to do what I did. Back to back, I took it to the head. Like each bottle of Dos Equis. It was just a 6-pack. First of all, I don't do beer. Fucking hate beer. It tastes like piss water. It tastes like wheat and piss water. Fucking hate it. I love fruity drinks. I love my vodka. I love my liqueur. I don't do beer. It's just I fucking hate it. I was a bartender for a long time. Not great. So I took beer, and it wasn't cold beer. It was room temperature Dos Equis. I finished the whole 6-pack. And it did not kick in until like an hour later, and it like hit me all at once. You know how when you gradually drink and you feel it coming on? It hit me all at once, all 6 beers at the same time on an empty stomach. Dudes, this is bad. Dude's room had a balcony. He had a balcony. Went outside, and as soon as the fresh air hit me, everything started going fucking south. Like, you threw up? Yes. Which is why I cannot even smelling beer right now makes me kind of nauseous. Like, I cannot do beer. Like, I've gotten to a point where I can stomach like smelling it, and maybe even a sip. I didn't do anything off the balcony. However, there was a balcony. I was leaning against it, and my roommate came up to me. She was like, hey, you've been out here for like an hour. And I'm like, you sure it hasn't been 5 minutes? I just came outside. She's like, no, you've been out here for an hour. They've been calling your name for like 30 minutes now. And I was like, yeah, I know. I didn't hear that shit. And she was like, are you good? You're not even looking at me. And I was like, V, go inside. I'm finna throw up. And she was like, no, come to the bathroom. And I was like, there's a bathroom? And she was like, get off the balcony. This is not a safe space to be if you're drunk. It's not a safe space to be. We're both freshmen. We're both kind of new to this. So she was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna watch you, make sure you don't go anywhere off by yourself. W roommate, by the way. W roommate. She did her best. I came inside. All the upperclassmen saw me come in. They was like, dang! Yo, Nicole, you're fucked. Come with this bond. This is exactly where we wanted you to be. And I was like, okay. And guess what they had? They had Pulp Fiction playing on the TV. That made things worse. I just didn't feel like I was in real life anymore. I thought I was gonna take a rip from the bong. No, I took a rip from the bowl, and that was pure, straight, whatever was in that bowl. Took a rip from that. Whoever was sitting next to me was no longer a person. It was a shadow figure, and I was terrified, and I was determined to get up out of there. I looked at him, I was like, stop. And he was like, bro, take another hit. It's your turn. I was like, no, I just took one. He said, and we passed it around. Take another one. I was like, no. And then the other dude across the circle was like, bro, she's done. She's done. She's cut off, bro. She's fresh meat. You know how they are. And I was like, I ain't no bitch. I ain't no pawn. Give me the bowl. Took a rip from the bowl. So that's when I realized I was not prepared or yet built for this lifestyle. I felt sick to my stomach. I was like, all right, y'all, I'm going back to my dorm. My dorm was not in the same building. It was down the elevator across campus on the other side. So I go in the elevator. Unfortunately, the elevator has mirrors on every single side of the inside of the elevator. As soon as you go in, it's just mirrors. You see yourself. The entire ride down, I was like, you stupid bitch. Yeah, you thought that you was supposed to be doing this shit, huh? Guess what? I'm snitching. And I was like, you can't snitch on me. You're me. And I'm like, who are you? And I'm like, I am you. And my reflection was like, no, you is me. And I get to tell you what to do. And my roommate was like, do I need to call EMS? Do I need to call 911? Because you are fucking tweaking. Got back to my dorm. All I remember is that I threw up in the bathroom. She put a trash bag next to my bed. She took care of me, and I'm very grateful. You know what? I'm finna text her. Let her know that I'm so fucking grateful. That was a rough night. And after that, every time I saw them on campus, we wouldn't make eye contact. They sent me a text message. My RA sent me a text message and said, I'm sorry. Please don't snitch. I do not want to lose my job. And I'm like, I'm not gonna snitch, but like, you know what you did. If you are new to college, if you're approaching college, if you are at any age where anyone near you or you has access to drugs, please don't do it. Be careful. I'll tell you my first experience with hard drugs. No. Let's start with edibles. Don't eat the whole cookie. At least let me say that. Because weed is legal in many places. But like not many places at the same time. But you have more access to weed than you do with mainly any other drug. Don't eat the whole cookie. Don't do it. Homie gave me a cookie. He said, listen to me. Eat half. And I was like, half. Got it. I took a bite of it. I couldn't taste the weed in the cookie. I couldn't taste it. And a lot of edibles, you can at least smell it or taste it. And inside of whatever food it's in, I couldn't taste it. It just tastes like a regular chocolate chip cookie. My dumb ass. I ate half the cookie and got hungry again because I like snacks, but I'm kind of a fat ass. So I fucking ate the other half an hour later. And it was already kicking in. And I didn't know it. So after a full hour of eating an entire cookie, I can only listen to me. Okay, listen closely when I explain. Like, there's no way I can explain this and make it make sense. Okay. Me and my homie, we was watching. What was we watching? Was we watching Love Is Blind? We were watching some reality TV show, right? We're watching a reality TV show, and I was no longer paying attention. He started talking to me, and words were no longer comprehensible. He was talking, and I was like, what the fuck language are you speaking? Why do I no longer know this language? Like, I'm thinking it, but I can't speak. And my mouth, that couldn't work. I was like that. The entire time we're watching this reality show, right? I'm thinking this show, which is 30 minutes long, I feel like it's like 3 hours long now. And all of a sudden, I keep hearing the sound effects of Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. We're watching a reality show, but I'm hearing the sound effects of Wheel of Fortune. You know when you get a letter wrong and it goes, and I'm like, what? I hear them spinning the wheel. I hear I hear the bankrupt sound. I'm like, why am I hearing this? I'm checking all the tabs on my Google Chrome trying to make sure Wheel of Fortune is not open on YouTube anywhere. I'm like, why am I hearing this? I was terrified. I was paranoid. I was scared. I was so fucking scared. Then again, that cookie did have a lot of grams in it. It had a lot. I think that was like 200-300 grams. I was supposed to have had the whole shit. So if you're ever thinking about taking an edible, or please just be careful. Just don't do any of that crack shit. Don't do none of that. I'm not encouraging you to do any kind of. Don't do that shit. Be safe. Don't do it. Just don't do it. My hardest experience. Again, no judgment. This is a safe space, right? Or so I thought. I was at a rave. I had an EDM phase. I can't call it a phase because there are some times where I still listen to EDM. Anyway, got tickets to go see Deadmau5. This was a mashup concert. It was Nights All Light. No, God. Lights All Night, and it's where everyone wears all white. They throw like paint at you, and at night when it gets dark outside, it glows in the dark. So that was a fun experience. There were multiple people there. There was Marshmello, Steve Aoki, Deadmau5, Skrillex. They were having one big mashup like EDM concert. I got invited to go, so I was in front row. It was exciting. There was this girl there that I met at the concert. And I met her before the event started. So we got there, we parked, they checked our IDs, we went to the concession stand, and there was this girl with the lit ass outfit. She was dripped out. Like she looked like she was at Coachella 5 times and had an orgy with everybody there. And she was just lit. And she was there with her boyfriend, and she was gorgeous. She was very gorgeous. And we became friends. She was like, "Oh my God, is this your first like show?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is my first time going to an EDM concert. I've never been to one of these before. It's my first time." And she was like, "Well, you're gonna have a lot of fun. It's pretty loud, but you're gonna have a great time. I promise. Trust me. Stick with me. Trust me." That was my first mistake. What's up, Digital? So, Digital, you're joining at a compromising time. I'm telling everyone my first experience with a hard drug. So she sticks around with us. My friends like her. I like her. She likes me and my friends. Her boyfriend's cool. As soon as the concert gets ready to start, you got the headliners doing their thing, right? Crowd's pretty pumped at this point. And she turns around to me. She goes, "Yo, I just gotta tell you something, man." I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, I'm feeling music. She's feeling the music. We kind of cool. We kind of chilling right now. She goes, "Dude, my boyfriend thinks you're so hot." And I'm like, "Yeah? Yeah? Well, the both of y'all are hot. You guys are hot at the same time." And she goes, "Really? Thank you." Because I was thinking this. I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm glad you agree. Because we both think that you're just hot. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, they're gonna want me to go to their hotel after this show, and you know what? I'm a little drunk. I might say yes. So again, I'm a grown. She goes, "Since my boyfriend thinks you hot, do you think, it would be like a crime to kiss you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm having a moment here. Okay. If your boyfriend's okay with it, shit." And that's when I found out that she and her boyfriend were like that. They were in an open relationship. So I was like, "Okay, all right. This is my first time doing anything like this, so I'm not gonna say no to it." She kisses me. As soon as I gave her, I gave her a small yes. I was like, "Yeah," and she grabbed my face. She pulled me this close and just made out with me. All my friends were just like, and I'm over here feeling myself. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm that bitch, right?" We're making out. And as soon as she lets go of my face, she pulls back. She smiles at me and she sticks out her tongue. She goes like this. She goes, there's a smiley face sticker on her tongue. She leans in. She goes, "Have fun." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean have fun? Why did you just do that? Why did you just do that?" let me tell you something. Baby, that was LSD. It was LSD. Now, I could have sued her for that. I didn't know my rights at that point. I didn't know my rights. So she kisses me. LSD patch. Her mouth was super sweet. It tastes like candy. And I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad because it was on her tongue, and I'm gonna be good, right? My other friend, she's like kind of Snapchatting the concert, and she faces the camera. She turns it around. She double taps it so the camera's facing the both of us, and we're dancing, right? And we both go like this. We're like, why did I see a smiley face on my tongue? Why did I see him on my tongue in the camera? I was like, oh no. As soon as I saw my reflection in her phone, my reflection started doing something completely different from what I was doing. It was like my reflection reached out and was like, you're fucked up. Good luck. And I'm like, I started getting scared. There was loud music. It was EDM artists doing their dubstep shit. And hold on. Let me put it in perspective. Let me put it in perspective. Let me put it in perspective for you. Because this shit right here is the worst. I wouldn't say it's the worst experience I've ever had, but it was wild enough for me to never want to do that shit again. But imagine you're at an EDM concert, right? You're hearing this shit. Hold on. And you're tripping at the same time? Do you know how fear-inducing that is? You're hearing this at 100%, right? And you're tripping. Hearing this while tripping on some LSD? Let me describe the things I was seeing. I was seeing colors and cartoons. Have y'all ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's what I was seeing. I was seeing cartoons and real life at the same time. The sky was now a checkerboard color. There's a lot of shit going on. I was this close to peeing on myself, and I started crying. I was like, get me out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And then it got quiet. It got quiet. It got really, really quiet. And I realized that all my friends, they were right next to me. And this was a moment that I'll remember for the rest of my life because they were all next to me and we were all having fun. We all had a churro and it was filled with chocolate. And I took a bite and I looked at them and they looked at me and it was like, yo, Nicole, we love you. And I was like, yo, I love y'all too. Like, I really do. Like, y'all are my friends. And guess what? We are all still friends to this day. Hey, it started off scary as hell, but it ended up mad beautiful because, you know, they kind of helped me through it. I was panicking. It was like, yo, calm down. It's okay. Y'all ever seen Divergent? Whenever Triss was like, they were giving her that test and she was like, it's not real. And she like tapped the glass and broke the shit. That's the moment. In my head, I'm like, it's not real. And all my friends were just like, yo, you're gonna be okay. And I knew that I was gonna make it home safe. But after that, I never touched it. Hey, in moments like that, when you take a hard drug like that, your brain will create sounds and colors and visions that don't exist. And it's probably the scariest thing or the most beautiful thing you'll ever experience. But let me tell you something. There's no guarantee, and it will always be a 50-50 chance that you will either have the best time of your life or the worst panic attack of all time. And that's all I gotta say. Don't do it. Just don't do it. And if you have already and you were safe about it, kudos to you. Good job. Continue to be safe, but stop doing drugs. Stop doing it, especially on acid. I'm not telling y'all that story. That's as far as I'll go. But I'll tell you one thing. I've never done cocaine, crack, meth, any of that. I've never done street drugs. But I have done psychedelics. Because psychedelics, I don't think you can't get I'm not gonna give you the information. Google it yourself. But I've only done psychedelics. I've never done like hard like street drugs. Yeah. Sorry. Let's watch UDI to end this night off with. But I hope you guys are having a good time and thank y'all for hanging out with me again. I appreciate y'all. Meth will destroy you. Absolutely. Meth will rot your teeth. Anyone who does meth don't have teeth. Same with crack. Same with cocaine. It's all that stuff. Don't do that shit.